Hi, my name is Mrs. Stubbs, and I am your U.S. History and Government Specialist, and this is for the 6-week intensive course. Now, if you're in Insight or you've decided to take this course 6 weeks, it is intense. It is exactly like the 18-week course, but it's condensed into 6. So it will go very fast paced, and you cannot get behind because um, it will really take you a lot to get caught up. So within the first week, you should know whether this intensive course is going to work for you. And if you decide it's not going to work for you, make sure you let your EF know immediately so you can switch to the 18-week course. So this is the history course. It will also be very similar to the government. So I'm just going to do one orientation for both classes. So I might skip over to the government class in a few minutes, so that part of it is in the government class. So the first thing you need to know, as in any of my courses, the About This Course folder, if it's not open, make sure to open it because there is so much of wealth of information here. Everything from how to save something as a PDF, Cornell notes, instructions, the current event instructions and form, how to read a scored rubric, how to cite images. Now you know how to cite information because you've had English. So now this is how to cite images. So make sure you're citing both images and information on your works cited. And there will no longer be a due date list because everything will be open just 2 weeks in advance, and except for the first week, it will be opened on the first week. So as you can see, module 1 here is open. The folder is open, and there's a lot of stuff in module 1. You see that? That's because it's 3 weeks worth of work. But let me also say, you're not doing English, and if you're doing this program, you're not doing English and you're not doing science at the same time. So all you have is your electives and math is how ideally you are to take this class. So you'll be done in 6 weeks. I mean, that's the good thing. So what you'll want to do is click on the week 1 intensive assignments, and you'll see that it has all the assignments for your first week. It's really the assignments for 3 weeks, but it's the assignments for your first week. It looks like there's 23 assignments, but you'll notice that some of them say optional. You'll also see that sometimes you'll see optional throughout here. So make sure you are always going to each one at a time. I mean, some of them are very short, some of them are long. Some of them are just notes that I want to tell you. So, not every one of these is an actual assignment, but I put everything in my assignment packets and in my folders. So you should be able to just go through. To make it easier for your EF, I have put a list here at the bottom showing them what to collect at the end of the 3 weeks when they meet with you. So you'll need to have your current event, and I may have to adjust some of these percentages because some of them will be more or less because I have added assignments together. But let's say this EF project number 2 you did not do, then your EF grade could not be more than 85%. That's if you have everything else. So I have even given them suggested percentages of things. So I try to make it easy on you guys by having everything in the folders, and easy on the EFs by having everything listed at the end like that. So you'll want to make sure, I'm going to go back to the modules. You'll want to make sure you know how to do a discussion thread. It is different in a 6-week intensive course. Normally, in a normal course, you have 1 week to do part 1 and 1 week to do part 2. But in the 6 weeks intensive, you have only 3 days to do part one. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of that week, you have part one done, and by Friday, you need to have part two done. So that's different. Make sure you watch um, how a discussion thread will be graded. That's another video for you. So make sure here it is right here. Make sure like you know how to do a primary source. If you don't know how to do a primary source, it's right here. So everything in this folder is here for you. So let's start with the syllabus quiz. There is a video on how to take the syllabus quiz, but make sure you receive 100% before moving on. And then I'm just going to go through here to see if there's anything else. By the end of the 6 weeks, by the end of 5 weeks, you'll have 5 current events done, because you'll be doing one every week. And in the 18-week course, it's one every 3 weeks. But in this course, it's one a week. And so when you get those done, you'll be able to turn them into the Module 5 folder that's called Current Event Portfolio. Everything has, if it's due online, like this Civil War timeline, has a rubric and it has a how-to video. So that's something else we've made different this year. So one other thing for U.S. history, I have not found this yet for government, but for U.S. history, I've also found audio clippings that will review. Let's see, I'm gonna see where it says here. Well, first of all, I have found a PDF version, so you don't even need a hard copy of the book. If you want to see chapter 4, let's say, it's right here. And then you'll see here, there's audio summaries of each section. Now, it's not the whole section, but there's like a 6 to 7 minute audio of somebody telling you what that section is about. So that's in U.S. history. I have found those for each of the chapters. So you can go to that. If I have time, I'll just make them myself for the government courses, but I'm not sure about when I'll be able to get that done. It might not be until next year, like next summer. But anyway, I'm going to go back to modules. And you'll just, everything is in the folders. If you need to contact me, the best way to contact me is through email, but always make sure that you write your name and the course code and whether it's 18-week or 6 weeks. So make sure you're just telling me what class you're in. If it's about a specific assignment, make sure you tell me the assignment. I cannot tell you how many times students write to me and first, I don't know who they are. Secondly, they just say, how do I do this? Well, how do I know what this is unless you tell me? And I have about 200 students, so you need to give me the information that I need, okay? And then there is no longer a 2-week grace period. The grace period for both 18-week courses and 6-week intensive courses have gone to 10 days. We have done that to give people that have special requests of having extra time. That gives you the extra time, but it also does not say wait till the grace period to do it. I mean, please try to get it on time. The grace period should only be used in extenuating circumstances. Make sure you are following all the instructions, because I am kind of a rule follower and I've given it laid out how to get an A in every assignment. So the EF grade, just like always, is worth 30% of your grade, and the work you do for the specialist, including the final exam, is 70% of your grade. And that's about it. I just wanted to make sure you know that this is an intensive class. So make sure that you're realizing it's going to be a lot of work, but you're not doing English and science at the same time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.